Hi guys, I'm Karthikeyan, faculty from SRM University, Department of CSE. I'm handling PHP subject for you. So, in this regard, I'll be begin with Unit 5, file handling concept. So, before entering into the subject, I hope you guys are safe at home. You stay at home, take care of your health, and come for examination with well prepared with the help of our material and my video lecture. So today I'll be start explaining from basic concepts of file handling. I'll be show a demo how to implement file handling in PHP. So I'll begin with concept of file handling. You know what is the definition for a file? A file is a collection of the record. So in this regard, like how will be open your txt file? Here some of the basic PHP functions available for the file operations. So file handling means we will be do your several file operations such as file opening, uh, open file, create file, then you have to write a content into the file and close, delete. So these are all the major operations. First you have to open your file. So for open the file, so begin with the line header file like PHP code in the HTML tag. So you will be use your PHP tag with question mark. Then you know what is how to create a variable. You assign a variable temporarily $file equal to. So $file represent your variable here. Then fopen is the function available in PHP. Fopen function we are having a parameter known as you are supposed to give your file name, which one you want to create it, and W mode. So first I'll explain what is the several types of mode available for file operation. So what do you mean by file mode? This mode will be called as a permission mode or access mode. So what type of permission you are giving for the file? So very first mode what we are using is W mode. W mode is used to write the content into the file. So for example, if the file doesn't exist in the system, if you want to create at the first time, so it will be used generally your W mode. So if the file not exist, it will create the new file. Otherwise, if the file is exist, it will allow to open and write the content into the file. But this existing content, it will be erased in W mode compared to your R mode. And then what is the R mode? R mode, if the file is already exist, if the content is there, only you can read it. You can't able to edit it. That is your R mode. This is the major difference between a W mode and R mode. Then another mode, you already know what do you mean by append mode. So we have to use A for appending the file. So file appending means like joining your file. If it's already content text present in the txt file, you want to append or existing data, you want to modify it. So the existing data it won't delete. If you use W mode, the existing data it will be erase it and you will be able to write it. If you use A mode, the existing data it will be present in the file. The new content what you want to write it, so that will be able to append it in the file. So we will be use A mode. Then different modes. So six permission mode will be used in generally file handling and how will be used in your C or C++ or Java. Likewise, here also you're having six permission mode. So W plus, R plus, A plus. Where why we are using plus? It will allow both read and write operation. Whereas R plus only open for read and write. A plus also it's open for write and read operation. So in this scenario, A plus the existing data will be present, and if not file is not also there, it will be able to create it. How will be created in W plus. Now one more mode is available in PHP that will be represented by X. So new file is created for write only. That means you will be allowed to create your new file only you able to write it. You need not be allowed to read or modify or nothing. So new file will be created only for write. So I'll be show your demo so how to perform file operation. So you already know what is the prerequisite software you are supposed to install. I installed in this PC as a WAM server. I installed it. So WAM server, what is the purpose of WAM server? So it allows to execute your HTML code or PHP code in your server. So in your local machine. So you know how to install your WAM server. So the backend, so here PHP myadmin. So your server is running using Apache. So now go to the existing folder. I already created inside WAM folder under www.scripts using PHP projects. PHP project is a user defined. I created the projects. So I have a sample code to execute. So just double click, open that existing file program. So I begin with file pointer. So you can create any variable name. So first I gave $fp. So $fp equal to fopen. So fopen, already this file not exists. If the file doesn't existing here, I am not having any txt file over here. So I want to create newly. So for that you give any file name data.txt, any file name you give, then permission mode. What permission mode you are writing? So W mode usually to create the file if already not exists. So I use W mode. Then functions what we are using in PHP to write the content into the file fwrite. So file write represent fwrite. So fwrite, this is the pointer what we created. So in what mode we operated. You can have another pointer also like $fp1 equal to fopen that the same file name in R mode or append mode you can create it. So now this pointer comma allow is the content. I'm going to write it into the file. Then fwrite $fp php file. So you can add whatever the content you want to add. You have to use the fwrite function. In that fwrite function, $fp is your file pointer. So whatever the content, it will be copied into the file pointer. It's then at last line it's mandatory to close your file pointer. So these are all the file operations. Simply it will create it. Then for whether the program is successfully run or not, I'm using this echo command to print file written successfully. So now let's see, execute this PHP. Save this file as a file name.php. So it's already created one file name.php. Now open your browser, type localhost /php projects. So my file name is ex1.php. So program executed successfully. So I got the message file written successfully. Now go to the folder. You have seen here a data.txt file is created. So in this, a file content is written into the txt file, hello PHP file.